Hi, welcome back to Wandering Magic. If you are a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, this reading is going to be for you. This is going to be a love reading. It was intended for Valentine's Day, but if you're watching this after Valentine's Day, this is still going to apply to you. So if it's like March or the end of February or even summertime, it doesn't matter. I feel like this is still going to apply to you and you found this for a reason. Alright, so we have 3 Oracle decks and 1 Tarot. So our 3 Oracle and our Tarot. This is going to be our crystal ball readings, but I'll explain later. You know what? We're just going to get shuffling and just get right to this reading, okay? Here we go. Okay, air signs, welcome back. So on this side here on the left, these are for our people in a relationship. So what I mean by that is if you have been in a relationship for a while, if you've been involved with someone, or even if you just started a relationship, this is something solid. This is not like a part-time relationship, okay? Like if you're dating someone but you're not official, you're over here on the right, okay? So hopefully I made that clear. These are for our singles. This is if you are in a relationship, whether it be new or old. And again, singles is over here, okay? And then for our oracle card, this is for both. And then this is for our relationship and single, okay? So just think left, relationship, right, single. Okay, so first we're going to start with our air signs in a relationship. This first card here is the Ace of Wands. This represents you. The second one here is your partner. And this last one here is the relationship as a whole. What do we have? Let's start out with you. Now, the Ace of Wands tells me, okay, first of all, before I even start individualizing these, your oracle card is physical intimacy, and in combination with this, there's definitely something off. Something's not right here. You know, there's no cups, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, all of these cards would be okay if they were upright. However, they're in reverse, so that means something is off. Starting off with your energy with this Ace of Wands here, you seem like it feels like this relationship is essentially, there's no spark. It's almost fizzling out. It's like the end is near. I hate to say that, but I'm not going to dance around the situation here. You know, unfortunately, you're not happy. You seem to, maybe your efforts of trying to spark the relationship back up has failed, because your partner is essentially feeling the same way with this Ten of Pentacles. Your partner is like, you guys may have, and this is if obviously if you're been in a relationship for at least a year or so, there may be a child involved. But if you've been together for a while, like if you're married, there may be divorce on the horizon. It's definitely thinking about it, because the relationship as a whole is this Devil in reverse, and that signifies divorce and detachment. You guys can't figure out how to bring this relationship together. There's been some infidelity. Also, as far as the spark goes, it could just be that, you know, quarantine really got to you and it took a toll. And that really showed, you know, someone's true colors. And you got to really see them for who they were, and you didn't like it. And this other person, I feel at some point did see the potential in the relationship, but something happened and they don't see it anymore and they don't want it. They did see a future with you. I'm sensing an overall just disappointment, unhappiness, no passion. It's like you guys are you're stuck. You're stuck and you don't know how to pull yourself out of this. With the physical intimacy showing up here for the Oracle card, it says the topic is up for discussion. Choose healthy, balanced relationships. Right, healthy, balanced relationships, and this one's definitely not balanced or healthy. It does seem like there are some efforts being made here. However, the overall consensus is that there's so much that has happened and there's so many questions right now as to, should I proceed forward? I don't know what to do. Yeah, Nine of Swords. You're just stressed the F out. You're stressed out. You're probably losing sleep over this. You have anxiety. So with this showing up, you may have been the one that was cheated on, but it also could be that you know you messed up in doing something. Nine of Cups is your partner wanting this to work out. You know, but I'm feeling like this is past energy. They really did want this. They really did want this, but something definitely got in the way. Temptation. The temptation was there. Their priorities are not in the right place. Something is definitely off. And maybe, this might be as simple as the sex is not right. Maybe you guys are on different playing fields. Like, I don't want to get super intimate with sexual details, but just very simply put, there's a partner who has maybe some kind of a fetish or fantasy, and the other one is just like, no, that's not happening. And that can definitely be an issue for a lot of people. Yeah, Knight of Wands, again, with this passion. You could be involved with a Capricorn, because I'm definitely feeling like this is an earth sign. Doesn't have to be, of course, so don't think, oh, my partner is a water sign and that's just not for me. That's not it. But I'm just sensing here that this has to do with an earth sign, particularly a Capricorn. The interesting thing is, too, with the clarifiers that came out, you have these 2 nines, and 9 is completion, so this is the cycle coming to an end. Now, that cycle doesn't necessarily have to be that this is the end-all, be-all, the relationship is doomed completely. That's not necessarily it, because, as you know, even with this tarot reading, if you're listening, it doesn't mean this is doomsday, okay? This could be, again, you're trying to find that spark, and it really just takes 2 to tango here. You both have to be on the same page. If there was some infidelity involved, how bad was it for the person who was cheated on? Can you actually get through this? You have to have like that serious, honest conversation. If the one person just feels like, this is just not it, I don't feel it anymore, there's no reason to lie to yourself and continue to do this, because there's just going to be more stress, angst, and anxiety, and nobody wants that. That's not love. That's not going to bring you happiness. Expecting someone to change is not going to make them change. The Oracle card in the center here, it says, no 2 flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. Again, with the fact that that has 2 flowers written there, yeah, it could be interpreted as you and your partner being different people. This could very well be the case where, also I want to make a really quick point to say that if this is new love, it could be that the person wasn't revealing themselves, like they weren't showing their true colors. There's a bit of deception here, and you found out like they're not who they said they were. Okay, so again, back to the no two flowers are the same. This is because, again, the there's a third party involved. There's the one person, and there's two flowers. And the hard part is deciding who they want more. But this, to me, this could, again, if this is like you're involved with someone, like, you got to have a serious, deep conversation, because things are not, they're not healthy right now, and this is not good for your mental health, and it's certainly not good for your health overall. Just be very careful, and just be very honest with yourself. I'm going to pull a crystal ball card here, just a very brief shuffle, and then I'm going to pull from the top. So while I'm doing that, I want you to ask yourself a question, yes or no, pause if necessary. Think of a yes or no question, and I'm going to reveal what it is. Okay, so pause now if you need to. It says unlikely. I can guess what you asked, but what you asked is what you asked. So this is, because it's unlikely, the answer is no. Okay? One more message here before I go for our couples here. It doesn't matter if you were the one who were cheated on, or you cheated on someone. Hopefully that came out right. It doesn't really matter. It seems like you or the other person are really comparing. You're comparing either your partner with the person that you're interested in, or they're comparing them to you, which again is why it's like making a choice, and your partner knowing what I want, you knowing what you need to do. You know what the truth is. You've already had this overthinking and all this stress going on. So again, just take this as a sign, as like, you complete the cycle, and whether that's moving on or staying, it really depends on both people. Don't let this be one-sided, please, because that's where unhappiness leads to. And again, you got unlikely for your crystal ball, so keep that in mind going forward. All right, so if you are done listening, that was heavy. So I am sending you good vibes, okay? You take care of yourself. Okay, so for those of you who are single, this first card here represents something to look forward to in your next relationship. And this Ten of Swords over here represents a message from Venus. For your oracle card, we have the grass is greener. And then for the center oracle card here, it says no two flowers are the same, yet they are beautiful in their own way. Something to look forward to in your next relationship is this Two of Swords. You're probably looking at this card like, what? What am I looking forward to? I'm just going to bring it closer for a second. What you need to look forward to is letting your guard down. You've probably had walls up for so long. You've been protecting yourself from the predators out there. People who may have wronged you in the past, those negative influences, those negative relationships, those toxic relationships. And you've been for so long saying like, I don't want love, I don't believe in love, it's not a thing, I don't want it, I don't need it. But your next relationship is going to be one where you're going to feel comfortable taking your guard down, and that is a beautiful thing. I love to hear it. Also, if for some reason I'm feeling compelled to say this, and if you're actually single, you didn't hear the first part of the reading, but if you kind of feel like you're in that in-between wedge, and you're listening for some reason, I feel like, again, this is you coming out of that toxic situation too. But it's going to take time to heal, okay? Going back to the singles though, yeah, you're definitely have something to look forward to. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. If your current state right now is this Two of Swords, just give yourself time. Again, give yourself time to heal and feel all of those emotions that you're feeling. You are going to be freeing yourself from all of those mental burdens, all of those past hurts. Anyone whom you has lost your trust and made you feel cynical when it came to love, it is going to come tumbling down. Because your message from Venus is this Ten of Swords. That shows me, Venus is showing me that you were hurt. You've been hurt so many times. This could have even been an abusive relationship. Your oracle message too is the grass is greener. Like, how beautiful. Like, it's just so synchronistic here. You have coming out of this protective barrier that you've built, being hurt, but coming out of that and starting anew with the grass is greener. Passing up options, too quick to decide, take time to know them. Right. Venus is also telling you, take your time. Walk slow. It's going to be a long journey. If you look at this card, I'll bring it closer. Looks like she's taking a journey into the desert. She's looking out though. She's optimistic. She's like, you know what? It's hot. I'm a little thirsty. And I'm going to find my water. You know what? The fact that I just said thirsty, you might really be looking for love right now. And if that's the case, work on really letting that guard down. Do that inner work. Completely heal from that last relationship. Make sure that this person is completely out of your system. I am so happy to hear and see what is happening in front of me, because you've come out of a really dark place and the sun is definitely shining and rooting for you to get through, rooting for you to get to the other side. It's been a long time coming, but you definitely got there. Some of you has gone to therapy, and if you haven't gone to therapy, I would consider it, because it seems like again, that relationship took a toll on you. Sometimes that therapy may come from your own. So if you do cards, you know, pulling yourself, doing that shadow work when it comes to love, and really getting to the root of the issue, to solve it, to see how you can better yourself. Or again, finding a therapist and just working through those issues. There's nothing wrong with that. There's so much hope though. No two flowers are the same, yet they are beautiful in their own way. It's telling you, don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself, and don't compare the next person to your previous relationship. Those are two different people. Also, I'm hearing like work on those patterns. If you have a tendency to fall for the same type of person, you want to gear yourself into a different direction to take you into a more positive direction. So notice that when you see that same cycle coming, break it. Okay? You want, if you see a red flag, like, oh, my last person did that, this is that same quality, you know, be wary of it. Don't compare necessarily, but just pay attention to breaking those patterns of the people that have wronged you or something along those lines. Okay? So with this crystal ball cards, you're going to ask a yes or no question, and I'm going to pull from the top. So if you need to pause the video, I'm just going to do a very quick shuffle and see what comes out. So think of a yes or no question. Pause now if you need to. It says get more information. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Alright, I hope you found this reading helpful. I hope that things get better for you. If you're in a bit of a rough patch right now, that's okay, because the sun is definitely setting on you and rising so bright in the sky. It's ready. Are you ready? You need to ask yourself that question. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.